So, I just came back from school, and, it's the last day, and, I'll talk more. So, today is July 13th, and, grade 10 had finally ended, and, I am, I don't know how to feel about it, and, I don't like it. Not at all. Like, I don't like it at all. Like, this ending just feels so inconclusive. It feels so empty. It feels so meaningless. N- Nothing really happened. And not just that, but there's something else. If you care about the context. But okay. So yesterday, I and my parents went to meet the teachers because it's Parents' Day. So we all got back our our report card, and I am number 4 in English in the entire form. Number 9 for maths, number 72 for Chinese, which is actually a huge leap. So I'm not gonna lie, my academic results are actually way better than I have expected, and I'm really satisfied with it, except for that one SBA test. SBA stands for school-based assessment, and that SBA test we needed to write like a super long passage in Chinese, and I got a 36 out of 100 on that, and I was really underwhelmed by that, but that's it. And other than that, um today is the last day. We had a prize presentation which lasted for like 2 hours. It's a very long time, and we kind of cleaned the room up, and we all left. First of all, I won an outstanding performance award because of the play that I did, Hamlet. We played for the school drama team, and like, outstanding performance is not best actor, okay? Outstanding performance does not equal to best actor. So there are multiple outstanding performance awards in the entire Hong Kong, of course, and just us, our team alone, I won the award, outstanding performance, and another friend of mine who played the supporting character also won the award. So it's pretty cool, and I think I guess I'm happy that I get to win something and have something with my name on it, so that people will not think I'm useless, so that people will not think I don't have talents, and what's even more important is that you know I act. I'm an actor. I act, and I also write and direct sometimes. But in this drama, I act, and I just want people to know that sometimes when I'm really funny, goofy, idiotic, it may as well be an act. Although I do admit myself sometimes that I'm kind of idiotic, kind of goofy, because sometimes I'm in an immature mood for some dumb jokes. But, you know, just, I don't want people to take this happy side of me as my entire self. Because I am a human too, and I can be sad too, I can be angry too, I can be excited too, I can be nervous too, because I'm human too. But people just doesn't seem to acknowledge that, apparently. So people tend to stereotype me. Before, at least. I don't know about now. Now in grade 10, I am yeah, let's talk about grade 10. So overall, grade 10 is still a really uneventful school year. Nothing big happened. The only big thing is the whole Anne versus Pink versus Natalie thing, which didn't last for too long. It just kind of fizzed out, and everyone kind of forgave each other. And that's it. It's pretty uneventful. Not as boring as uneventful as grade 9, though. Grade 9 is like dead boring, mundane, bland, so boring that I became very sad because of it. But, at least Jordana, Natalie, and Leo is in 4A with me, so at least there's that. But other than that, it's still pretty similar. So my entire high school life so far is 2 years of everything and 2 years of nothing. The first 2 years are two of the most intense and suspenseful and mind blowing and just humanity changing years for me, because of all these unexpected incidents, all these twists and turns, all these insane conflicts, all these insane conspiracies that I'm involved with. It's such an epic and goosebumps inducing experience. It's so insane. Like the first 2 years of my high school life, it's so insane. I can't even believe it right now. Right now. Even though it's just 2 years ago, I still have a hard time believing that this all actually happened. Because it's just so surreal. It doesn't make any sense at all. Everyone was insane. Okay? Like, everyone's either evil, violent, or brutal, or, or very, I don't know. Like, everyone's just insane. Everyone wanted to control the world. Everyone wanted to dominate each other. And then we have grade 9, which is a completely new chapter for me because I'm in a new class, 3A, with Leo, Tyrus, Idris, etc. And it's just a very boring school year for me. All my classmates in 3A were pretty much top-notch, smart people, and they were pretty damn arrogant, not gonna lie. Tom is also in 3A, but Tom wasn't a good guy anymore, at least to me. I'm sure Tom treats his girlfriend really well. And then we have grade 10, where Tyrus goes to 4B with Cedric, and Idris goes to 4C with Mary. And we still have Bernice and 4D and Linda and 4E. Everyone's just scattered apart. And it's insane. It's insane. What happened was insane. But right now, it's this odd sense of peace and normality that even though I kind of got over it and I kind of stopped complaining about having normal life, but still, I was, I guess the word for it would be sorrowful. Like, there's this undying sense of sorrow and emptiness because of the fact that after all this, everyone's pretending that nothing actually happened. And I know we must move on, we mustn't look at the past, but because of all these changes in friends and in my persona as well, I've changed a lot. My personality changed a lot. Because of all these changes, I just can't believe what happened. It feels so surreal, and that's why the past to me feels very beautiful, yet so broken and ugly, and I really want to revisit it. yet no one seems to care, and no one seems to even know. Like, nowadays, like, Cedric and I had been through, like, most of these incidents. Like, Cedric and I talked about them sometimes, but very rarely. Natalie and I talked about that sometimes, but very rarely nowadays. Jordana seemed to ignore that, and I and Jordana's conversations changed from serious conversations about reality and darkness to small talks about food and homework and traveling. And every time Bernice walks past me, we ignore each other. Every time Jeffrey walks past me, we ignore each other. Same for Mary, same for Linda. Linda, like, out of me, Cedric, Natalie, Jordana, Jeffrey, and Linda, like, out of these 6 people, Linda is probably the most sane person back then, and the most kindest as well. Even though she's very easily angered, and even though she's very violent, very strong as well, I genuinely feel glad for her that after all these incidents, after the split between Jordana and Linda, Linda at least found love with Henry and found more friendship with Mary and Caroline, and right now with Alice, who was originally in 3A. And also, one of the biggest news is that Miss Solomon is leaving the school. The one and only, the most iconic, the most famous, or should I say infamous teacher of our entire school, Miss Solomon is leaving. Miss Solomon was a very eccentric, very strange, unpredictable teacher who was fat, short, an old woman, but she kinda loves her student. Not like romantic love. What are you thinking? But she's not merciful. She's pretty much the opposite of merciful, but she cares for her students. But still, I mean, we still can't deny the fact that Miss Solomon is very eccentric, very off the path, very insane, and she is one of the biggest reasons why we had such an insane and intense experience during grade 7 and 8. And the biggest devastation for me is that Cedric is leaving. He is going to Scotland. He's going to Perth to continue to study. And after this, I don't know if I can even see him again. Even though I and Cedric had probably argued for like 12 times, more than anyone else. You know what? We're still friends. We're still friends. Ever since the first time he had ever interacted with me, I remember that I had a drink, like of a plastic bottle of lemon tea I purchased from the vending machine, and he stole it for fun, and that was the first day of the course before the actual grade 7. And then during grade 7, me, Cedric, and Ronald, we were friends for a while, and we passed like small pieces of paper, and we had fun, and then we kind of split up. And then I joined the drama team, and Cedric also joined, and that's when we started to actually talk and be a little closer, although still we weren't like really close friends. Back then, I and Bernice were the closest friends, and probably me and Edward maybe. And then after the first semester of grade 7, I and Bernice and Cedric and Mary and Umbrielle and Anne, I think Anne sat behind me. We all sat together in the corner of the classroom, and that's when we became close. I think it was February 18, 2015. No, it was before that when I and Cedric became close, but it was on like February. It was in February 2015 when I and Cedric really became close friends. Back then I was paranoid as fuck. And I took things super seriously in a very fictional and surreal and abstract way. So I told Cedric all about my theories without thinking logically. And, Cedric kind of agreed with them too at first, until it became too much and Cedric felt annoyed. But Cedric never really told me that he was annoyed by me, by my presence, before he literally told my stuff to Jordana and Linda, who were two girls that were so divine, so supernatural, that I was afraid of. And, and then that happened, and then Bernice was still our friend. And then after a while, I decided to start being friends with Jordana and Linda, and Bernice didn't like it. And then, yeah. And then after Bernice went away, Cedric and Bernice were were in a relationship, and then they broke up. And then, after that, Jordana, Linda, Jeffrey, Natalie, and I had some conflicts. And, again, Cedric, if Cedric had to choose between me, this immature, dumbass, unsuccessful, loser piece of shit, or the divine, the powerful, the famous, the rich and pretty Jordana and Linda, of course Cedric would go to Jordana and Linda. So yeah, that happened. And, yeah. But, again, we were still young, so we got back together. It wasn't, seriously terrifying or anything. However, that was a dark 72 days. But, I made it past. I'm still alive right here. And then Cedric stayed in 3C. I'm at 3A. And we still talked for a bit, but not too much. And then Cedric was in 4B, and I was in 4A. And again, we talked a bit, but not too much. And even though during grade 9, we argued a little bit. There was a while he doesn't want to talk to me. There was a while I didn't want to talk to him because he doesn't want to talk to me, but apparently he does want to. So there's a bit of confusion right there. But still, he's a good lad. Although sometimes he overreact a little bit too much. Sometimes he underestimates people, and he underestimates change. Sometimes he doesn't believe that things can actually change for better or worse. He believes that things are the way they are. Sometimes he believes that the truth is right in front of him, but in fact, it's hidden somewhere from afar. But other than that, Cedric is a good person. Cedric is a loving, caring person. He and Sharon is still in relationship now. Pretty miraculous because they have broken up twice already, but now they got together the third time. And unstable and volatile relationship that is. But I really root for Cedric. And Cedric is also a very helpful and selfless person. He had done insane things just for Natalie or Jordana, like walking all the way from one end of Hong Kong to another end just to meet Natalie and Jordana. And he's very determined as well. He's not afraid to try new things. He and his parents' relationship are really bad, especially he and his mom. They argue a lot. I really hope that their relationship can be mended. And I just wish Cedric the best of luck. I wish that he makes new friends in UK, and if he could somehow pick up a Scottish accent, it would be cool. But it would also be a shame if he loses his American accent. He has other friends. Sometimes I felt a bit jealous, a little bit ignored and abandoned because Cedric sometimes values new friends way more than me, the OG friend. He and Tyrus are really friends. And Tyrus, of course, he's a smart person. And I guess he's a good person. He's really good to the people he loves and his friends as well. But Tyrus, his attitude, I just can't stand it. But I still respect him nonetheless. I still don't want to cause any conflicts or mean any harm to him. But still, overall today, it's a really underwhelming, uneventful ending for a school year. The most eventful ending was definitely grade 8's ending. Me, Jordana, Linda, Natalie, Keith was there. What the fuck? Pete was there, I think. Cedric was definitely there, and a bunch of other boys. We had like a little party. We held like a little party in a resort in a room, and that was pretty hardcore. That was pretty hardcore. And before that, I and Jeffrey shook hands, and Jordana apologized to me. I apologized to her. I guess one of the biggest reasons why everything felt so empty today is because Natalie wasn't here, Jordana wasn't here. We didn't get to say goodbye because this is the last time before I go to Europe, and I'll never be able to see them within this 1 month. And Cedric was there. He could have said goodbye to me, but he didn't. And he and Sharon left, which is something that I can respect. But I just wish that we could say goodbye because this is the last time I and him are present at the same school. Last night, because if you don't know this, I have a collection of photos of me and my friends in the past, which are very precious and historical photos that proves my memory real. It was in the old phone, and my old phone died 2 years ago, and everything inside it got erased. So I was pretty bummed out by that. And apparently Cedric saved most of those photos as well. So I asked Cedric for those photos. The photos that me, Jordana, Linda, the boys, and Cedric took in Disneyland in grade 8. And even more important, even more historical, are the photos taken with me, Cedric, Bernice, and Mary. Because there are literally zero photo evidence of me and Mary and Bernice and Cedric being friends. I just need one photo in order to confirm my memory, in order to confirm that all of this happened. And Cedric found that photo, and I couldn't believe it. I felt extremely joyful, and we all looked so young, we all looked so different. What happened to us? We all walked past each other and we all ignore each other as if nothing happened. I won an award. And I was kind of looking for Mary because I was just curious where she was, and I was also curious where everyone was. And then Mary won an award as well. This global awareness program thing, which is a shitty award, by the way. It means nothing, but congratulations anyway. And I was like, yet another year, nothing changed. Nothing important happened. Like, Bernice, Mary, Jeffrey, and Linda never talked to me ever again. Like, the last time Linda talked to me, like, it was just a very, like, short question. Like, it was in grade 10, but it was just a really short thing. Like, she was like, where's Oliver? Period. and then she left. Last time Mary talked to me, yeah, I think it was the impersonation thing, which was kind of awkward. A bit of a bad way to reintroduce myself. But sure, he asked for it. He told me to impersonate, and I couldn't deny her. That would be even more cringy. But, if we could actually talk again, which will probably never happen in the foreseeable future. Like, if somehow a miracle happens and I and Mary somehow are able to talk to each other,